Okay. They don't know what it is?
They don't know what it is.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's play some videos and put them to sleep.
So play the first video.
Do we have anything to play, or we just start talking? Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. For many of you, this is a new activity.
20 by 20.
Chalga time. So, very shortly from me, why we are here. It's 3 weeks ago. I've been at a summit. Genoveva was also there. So it looks like European money is going to rain, and we need to find a way to create very meaningful projects. First, among ourselves, how we can beautify and make a beautiful city out of Sofia. So we have some ideas on this. For 3 weeks, I think, with Nikolay, we have met like 1,000 people and talked to everyone, and everybody wants to do this. So we want to make Sofia a beautiful place and sell it to the world. How about that?
Great.
It's a good idea?
Yep.
You are in? Thank you. Okay, so, but how do we do that? I think the first thing is we need to understand the market, what we have. So we are going to talk to you. Come to us, bring your friends. Every month on the 20th of the 20th evening, we will be running PechaKucha night, but we are not limited to this, of course. This is a concept that is running in more than 1,000 cities. It was invented in Tokyo. There is a witness, a tourist, a Bayer Budala from Tokyo. Where are you? Please come. Come. So somebody who has seen how they do it in Tokyo. Well, basically they don't have venues there. It's very expensive. You know, it's very difficult to sell your ideas. So they invented this very fast format. So what did you see in Tokyo? How do they do it?
It was okay. Yeah, absolutely. It was quite exciting. It was on my birthday. It was my first birthday in Tokyo, and I decided to do something strange, new, different, go to a place. So there was this event, and it happened to be the 20th, I think, anniversary. So it was quite exciting. Then I went for a couple of more times there. It was, I don't know, energizing, full of ideas, a lot of going on, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of networking.
Very
and
informal?
Very, very informal, very creative, very dynamic. So I really hope that I'll have this atmosphere here as well.
Thank you. So you know this exists. You can check. You can look for PechaKucha.com and see actually how you can also, as a creative, use it as a platform. Basically, you can create presentations there. But I'm not here to just present to you the idea, but also to each other. So because we are such a small city, actually we have an advantage. We can use this in one of the videos, an Austrian designer was saying, actually you can create not a comparative, but a collaborative advantage, that we can actually collaborate real fast. Here we can be very agile and we can meet at any time. You are one tram away, right, Elisaveta? And Tech Park could be your next place. Todor will explain to you about that. But what I want to say is that it took me 3 weeks to meet Nikolay. We didn't know each other. Today is his birthday, so happy birthday to you.
It was supposed to be a surprise, actually.
This is the surprise, right? So happy birthday. So I know him for 3 weeks, but I think we can build a new future with him. So he's been working for 10 years, trying to write books, trying to educate creators. So I really appreciate the dialogue that we have almost daily. And I think last 3 weeks we were speaking almost every minute. Thank you, Viber.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he says a lot of okay. All right, I need to understand what that means in Bulgarian. The thing is, I've been here for 10 years, and as a Belgian Turkish who came from Brussels and who had a wife here and business here and a team, I find Sofia a place of contradiction, but it's a place where we can work with people. This is what is amazing, and I believe in the last 10 years, it's the first time I see what they call a tipping point. I think Sofia came to a point where people know each other so well that at any time you can create a team, you can work on a project, if you didn't fail the project together before, right? But it's a very nice place where we want to convert this into a marketplace, where at any time we can use it and leverage other people. But on the, let's say, more creative side, we also want to use this networking environment to create projects for the future. Because, well, if your art schools are not producing young graduates, and if they don't learn, what will they do? They will become TikTok influencers, and basically you will not make get any returns on that, right? So now the thing is, we still believe in doing new things in the old way. So books are quite important for us, right, Nikolay? He will tell you a bit about that. And very fast, I will pass the word to one of the most creative people I have met here, Nikolay.
Oh my God. Raising the bar. So thanks, guys. I have a presentation actually later, but I've been teaching for 20 years. And the problem in all universities, even the private ones, access to market. Once you finish, graduate, you don't have the access. So here today are two young professionals doing production design, but my main motivation to start working with Levent for these events is really this bridge between academic and business, because we need this very fast connection. So have like 5 minutes, I like your work, I like your projects, I like you as a person, let's work together. And don't give me your CV, give me the contract and do it. Because career centers everywhere are useless in all the universities for me. And I tried several years to make some websites, but really after COVID, this is website is not working. I believe in personal connection. So as soon as possible, take the HR guys out, or at least make it in such a way that creative people, which are really visual, present as soon as possible.
We need them as sponsors.
Yeah, that's the other part. So I really thank you all for being here today. We need, sure, sponsors, but we need people to work with, volunteers, because this thing is for the next years to come. My personal motivation, I said academic, but also professional, because Strahil will speak in a bit. They're really trying to find people working at their level, and they need as soon as possible for people to come. So now let's bring to the other guys. Thank you.
Just a word about our next speakers. Genoveva will tell you more about the creative technology and what we can do, what is our opportunity. Then we will have Ivan representing Sofia Municipality. Basically, we had a conversation both at EU level, at the city level, and the tech park level, that they are willing to collaborate with us at all the levels. And we have, I think, architects from working in municipalities, right, Margaret? We have people working in companies, but let's try to have a dialogue and meet often to create projects. Also find a way to inform ourselves. So we will be working on this. So I invite Genoveva to give us a, let's say, overview of a panorama of the creative industries.
Okay. Teşekkürler. Okay. So I'm really excited to see you all. 3 weeks after the summit, I saw many images and many faces I can remember from our summit in Topolcentrava. I'm Genoveva Christova, and the chair lady of Createch cluster Bulgaria. And when I met these guys, so they stopped me at Topolcentrava. I said, "We are doing this in 3 weeks." I said, "Okay." One of these guys who are just speaking, we are doing something. But he, didn't stop, you know. LinkedIn, Viber, whatever, all messages. So, and I said, okay. Even I postpone. I'm traveling tomorrow. To be here, right? Because I really appreciate what you're doing. because it's all about people. It's all about bringing people together and working together. And I think it's about time that Bulgarians, we start working together, not kicking each other and hiding our information, because it's very, very, common. But we remember what is written on our parliament, so we need to remember this and really apply this. And I keep talking about this because I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started like 20 years ago, by the way, right? And do you know that today is 20th of March, so we have 20 slides, 20 seconds, right? So it's 20th birthday for Nikolay, right? Okay.
Did you know that this is the International Day of Happiness?
Wow.
According to United Nations, this is the day of happiness. So
Super.
don't forget today.
So that's why he's always smiling, right? So this is the happy man.
For men, happy wife, happy life.
Happy children, right? Okay. So, so it's a really special. It's a special day. It's the beginning of spring, and really, really, as I said, happy to see you all, because talking about is bringing people together. And I said I'm a serial entrepreneur. 20 years ago, I started with furniture industry. So furniture, bringing all the furniture manufacturers together, nightmare. Everybody was buying machines, so this machine is mine, this is bigger than yours. More, very important, bigger than yours. The CNC machine whatsoever. So, very funny. So we managed to bring all these guys together, and we established the furniture cluster, who is so far 20 years, till nowadays. We are the main cluster, the main consortium of building hotels outside, from Bulgaria outside to Europe. We have more than 300 hotels working for all brands, Marriott, Hilton International, Accor, you name it, all over Europe, as I said. Maybe you slept in some of the hotels, so you didn't know they're Bulgarians. So if we manage to do this for furniture, guys, so I think it's very manageable to do this with creative society. Because when we set it up, the event, and first of all, the cluster, it happened because of Eurovision Bulgaria. You remember Eurovision? It's very kind of format, it's political, it's whatsoever. So in 2019, I said, okay, we need Bulgaria to be there because it's like the Music Olympic Games. And we are doing quite well. We are the second, I think the second or the third place because of the last entry of like the last 5 years, the score of Bulgaria within all the nations, just imagine. So that's how, and I brought Victoria there, and my biggest regret so far is that 2020, COVID, we finished first in all the odds. But COVID, poor work again for Bulgaria. So 2021, we finished 10th, which was quite good enough. We were in the finals, right? But that helped me to see the creative community, and then we set it up a creative hub. So creative hub is at Misia 23. I think some of you have been there. And then we set up the creative cluster. Why? Because I think nowadays we are living in the economy of experiences. It's not about sales. It's not about, meeting people. It's all about experiences. You're going somewhere. It's not about sleeping in a hotel. You want to do something, to experience something, right? So that's why our industry, the creative industry, the coaching creative industry, they're getting more and more important. So I'll give you 2 facts, which I'm sure you don't have an idea or you haven't heard so far. One is that this is the 4th economy, Sofia Municipality, right? I remember. 4th economy, 4th strategic, 4th sector in the economy of Sofia, with a value added, to the GDP of Sofia, the 4th sector, with 11.7%, and the 8th, like the weight, 8 in the national economy, with 6.4%. Where are the applause, guys? That's our work. 6.4%, we are making contribution to the national economy. It's not just the IT guys, the tourism, all these guys, we know, but it's the creative guys, what we are doing every day. From the entire scope, designers, architectures, photographers, performing arts, of course, the new jobs. The guys like animators, animation, and all the immersive technology guys. I saw Yuri here, right? You guy. So filmmakers, music, what else? Gamers, of course. gamers and the gaming industry, which is one of the biggest weight in all this. So all these then digital media, craftsmanship. So there are 11, and all this, the big spectrum of the industries are making this big percentage and the contribution to the national economy. And it is getting more and more. So when we are united, we can really go, as Levent said, go to the stakeholders, go to the policymakers, say, knock the doors, guys, here we are, we are contributing to the national economy, jobs, labor, young people, because many young people, they want to do this. So let's work together.
Also international, I think we have also very good neighbors.
Absolutely. So what we've done 3 weeks ago, again at the Createch Summit, and I invite you all next year in Toput Centrala. We will know each other, of course. We're going to work with these guys. Also, we are doing a Black Sea gaming event, gaming summit in Varna at the end of September, where we're going to have a big tournament. I'm from Varna, that's why I'm joking, but I love Sofia first, Varna, yeah, and then we'll see about Izmir, right? Okay, so we signed a Balkan partnership, so now all the neighbors with the center of Sofia, so we invited them and said, let's work together for our region, because our region, it's quite turbulent region, but we have the similar, we are same people, okay, similar challenges. So
we understand when you say alışveriş, right?
Alışveriş, okay. And berbodava, and what is it? Okay. So, okay. 20 seconds, 20 slides, 20 seconds. I know I'm speaking too much because I'm also from this sector. All happened from the architects, these guys, Astrid Klein and Mark Deitam. Because architects was talking too much when the PechaKucha was born. They said, okay, let's keep the time for these architects, just like me, you see, I'm talking too much. So keep the time, 20 seconds, 20 slides.
They also 5.
Okay.
You can also have 5 slides for 5 seconds.
So I'm sure we'll have a great time, and I'm really happy that I see everybody. So I enjoyed the evening, and thank you very much for your invitation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So now we will ask Ivan to tell us what he thinks about our community and how the city and the community can work together.
Thank you very much. And when I first heard from Levent what this event is about, I was like, wow. Like, guys, I really, the city needs you, right? And why? Of course, you know better, but we have a big city, but a lot of gray areas in it. And we need you to make this beautiful city with a lot of events in it. And we cannot do it from the municipality, right? I'm the deputy mayor of digitalization. I have colleagues that are responsible for culture, for European programs, for everything like that. We have some people inside the administration, the public administration, but we don't have enough. We cannot do it from, like many people in the city expect the municipality to do the work for them, right? But we cannot do it. So when I heard this event, I really was so happy that this is happening, because we need this community to make the city more vivid. And what we can help from the municipality is space, I said, but venues, like open space, like if you want to do an event in a school, if you want to do an event in a čitalište, I don't know how is this in English.
Actually, in Italy and in Belgium, they have Casa del Popolo. It's the house of the people.
Okay.
You can read,
Yeah.
you can eat, you can meet people, but usually it's the municipality that runs it. But
Yeah.
it's not just a library. You can actually, it's especially good for young and old generations to meet, because the middle generation is working. So in Belgium, I mean, it's really, you need people to take care of your kids, right? So in Italy, usually it's the priests who are doing it, the Franciscans, you know. But they are very family oriented, but they have to work. The thing is, here, we are a community, and I think the first moment where Nikolay, the deputy mayor of tourism, when he was supposed to also join us, he said you can have Largo, you can have the biggest spaces. So actually, we could do this in the nicest places. So this is
Yes. This was the
deal,
conversation, right? And the deal, yes. we can open the public spaces if you want, even in the city hall, if there is a need of that building. But I want to convey this message to you. Like, think of every place in the city, not only the central area, not only the big places. Actually, in my mind, culture or creativity is always local. We need to engage the local communities around the city, so that it's not only the central place that is beautiful, but all around the city, and to engage the people that can meet. Actually, we as citizens of the city, we don't know each other in the single building that we live in, right?
This community is also about professionals. So actually, how many are professional creative?
All of them.
Well, this is the idea. Basically, we will bring you the people that are the architects. And I think that's where we need to work on creating a platform for dialogue, so that you can hear from them what they have as a solution.
Yes. So other thing that I can help, I personally, because in my digitalization focus, open data, like, we want to gather all the data the city generates and put it together, open it for you guys to create a lot of interesting stuff on top of it. Digital twin, smart cities, of course, the buzzwords, but still, I think you need data, so we want to open it for you to make beautiful things out of it. So this is my message to you, and thank you again for inviting me, and happy to work together. Our doors are open.
Thank you, Ivan. And finally, Todor is being our host. And again, I saw him there as well, so he likes events. But the thing is that we are here for utility. I mean, we need to also help the venue to basically to get some business out of it. We are here all for business, so maybe Todor can give us an idea who's living here and whether you can use the space, and maybe we can also create value for you in the future.
Thank you, Levent. I'll try to speak a little bit shorter, because absolutely, because you have some job to do tonight, so I'll be really very brief. My name is Todor Mladenov, and I'm the current executive director of Sofia Tech Park. Really unique place that everybody that lives and likes Sofia should also respect and enjoy all the time. I'm really happy that we are having you tonight. I mean, this tonight. I mean, this place is really special. I mean, it feels different. It feels very nice, because I can feel. I mean, seeing most of you that you're coming from different industries with different background, and it really makes us happy tonight. So, just few words. You are very welcome in this territory. I mean, it's not just this building, it's a very nice, very large space, Sofia Tech Park. We do a lot of things around here. We do R&D, we support companies, we do events, something like 400 events last year. We work for our kids. We promote activities that will attract them to being friends with science, with arts, also with to make their first steps in the entrepreneurship. We do a lot of things. So please, I will not waste any more time, but follow us on the social media. Just write down Sofia Tech Park, and that's enough. Follow us in the live events. And I'm sure you can enjoy most of the things we can do here together. So I wish great success to this initiative, and hopefully you will be our lucky hosts for quite a long time.
Okay, thank you very much. So now we want to show you a video from the actual creators of PechaKucha. So here I give to Levent.
It's not PechaKucha, okay? It's either PechaKucha or PechaKucha.
PechaKucha, PechaKucha, 20 va 20. Hi Sofia.
Hi Sofia.
Tokyo calling and many congratulations
on your 21st PechaKucha night.
Yes, many congratulations on picking up again on PechaKucha night. We believe the last one was back in 2018 and it was a beautiful series of 20 PechaKucha nights. So anyway, thank you very much and well done Levent and all the great people who've been helping you to organize the 21st PechaKucha night. And since there are probably many new people, a little refresher. This is Mark Dyson.
This is Astrid Klein.
And we are still Klein Dyson architects over here in Tokyo, who back in 2003, long time ago, came up with PechaKucha night and its beautifully simple format of 20 images showing for 20 seconds each, to prevent two chatty people from hugging the mic for too long. And there must have been so many chatty people around the world because PechaKucha night is very popular and it is now in 1,316 cities.
Yeah, that's right. And so, you know, we're very happy PechaKucha's become ubiquitous. We're wondering why. I think one of the reasons why it allows anyone to present their work, whether you've just done a house for your parents, you can't have a gallery show, you don't have enough images, but you can show 20 amazing photographs at a PechaKucha night. Do check out our website at PechaKucha.com. There, right now, you can actually upload and voice presentations online yourself. But do, if you're recording them tonight, please let us know and we'll help you put them up on the website where they can be shared with the rest of the world. And that's the great thing about it. Your creativity of your city can be shared with everybody around the world. I'm talking too much, so we wish you a really great 21st event tonight. We really love the theme, DreamCatchers, and we look forward to see all the creativity from your city.
All right, Sofia, PechaKucha.
PechaKucha, see you soon.
20 by 20, PechaKucha, PechaKucha, 20 by.
We'll share with you some of these links so you can go and check it out. We don't want to spend more time on this, but let's create maybe a group on either Viber or LinkedIn so we can all receive more information on what's going to happen. So our promise with our hosts and our partners is to organize this on every 20th night. So next one, April 20, it will be on a Saturday. So please think about, after the horrible experience you are about to see, basically it's not so bad. You just need to be very short and really to the point and not beat around the bush. That's it. Yes, of course. So our next guest, basically when we started on this journey, really all this organization took 2 weeks. It was very quick. So thank you for everyone being so agile and elastic and joining us. And one of the first who were interested is, of course, Sofia Investment Agency. Basically, this is what we agree. We want to sell Sofia. And maybe you have been doing this for a while, right, Viktor?
Hi everyone. So should I start now? 2020? Yeah. Now, just a sec. Just to say some words in the beginning. Okay. So I'm starting. Just put the countdown. Okay. Now. Okay. 20 seconds. So business ecosystem in Sofia. I'm here to explain about a big business ecosystem in Sofia. Why we are here? What's the topic? What I'm going to explain. I'm going to, I don't know, crash with a lot of numbers and a lot of digits, but that's it. The business is always numbers and digits, so that's the whole point of being here and expressing about a business. I don't know how many seconds do I have. Okay, who? Yeah, because that's on one hand it's advantage, on the other hand it's disadvantage. Who are we? So we are the Sofia Investment Agency. We are the part of the Municipality of Sofia as the deputy mayor. And we are responsible for the companies, the newcomers, the small companies, SMEs and startups which are willing to open their businesses in Sofia. We are trying to be the bridge between the administration and the businesses. I'm speaking very fast because I'm concerned about the time. Okay, 20 seconds, who I am. My name is Viktor Goussev. I'm the head of the investment and business development department within the agency. My personal background is very, very simple. I was studying here in Sofia, the University of National and World Economy. Then I specialized a master degree in Berlin, and I spent a great time there. Haven't heard about PechaKucha in Berlin. So first things, some digits. Now I'm going to crash with a lot of digits about Bulgaria, about Sofia. That's only for the sourcing sector. Sourcing sector in Bulgaria, it's around 3.5 billion market size. Here, the 3 biggest companies, also number of the employees, as you may see. That's for the Bulgaria, only for the sourcing business. And this business, which is very important for Sofia, and that's why I'm mentioning it here, it's 3.2% of the tax shares and 78,000 people, employees. GDP of Sofia, as we mentioned, Sofia is forming a very, very huge number of the GDP of Bulgaria, around 47-48%. You can see here the increasement from 2009 to 2022. It's more than 30% of increasement of the GDP of the capital. Here is also GDP per capita in Sofia. As you can see, for the last 10 years, it was around 25,000 Bulgarian lev, and now it's 53,000 per capita. And you can see the blue line here is Bulgaria, which is much lower. The economy of Sofia as a share of the economy of Bulgaria, as you can see the charts here and the different years. So Sofia, as I mentioned, it's always around double than the economy in Bulgaria in terms of population, and as you can see, the GDP. I'm very, very fast. Gross added value in Sofia and in Bulgaria. You can see Sofia is very, very focused on services, as Bulgaria is very, very focused on industries. So you can see services in Sofia for 2021 and 2022. The blue one is Bulgaria for services, and the blue one is the other color is Sofia. Yeah, it's pretty. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to express about a lot of digits and numbers, and a person needs to take some time to understand the digits and the numbers. I'm not an architect to show some photos about a building and something like that. So please pay attention on that slide, and I'm going to continue with the next one because I'm not going to speak with this one because I have no time for that. Okay. Okay, so added value of enterprises in Sofia in billion levs. You can see 40 billion for 2022 and 32.7 in 2021. That's the production and added value of enterprises. So all of the added value industries in Sofia are growing very fast. A lot of new companies are coming here in which we are assisting them to start their businesses. They're starting from their small companies, and they grow and grow and grow. And the most important thing, as I mentioned already in Sofia, is the IT sector. Here you can see the trade, tourism and transport, tourism and transportation, also ICT and telecommunications. Sofia and the rest of the country, you can see the huge difference. That's the direct investments in this slide. You can see the huge difference between the capital and our city and also the country. Population of Sofia at the last 3 census. All of this information was very important because you can see for the past 10 years, from 2011 to 2021, there is no significant change in the population. So that's why these digits and this increase of the numbers of the GDP, of the money in the capital city, in our city, is in terms of adding value to the economy, not by bringing more people here. So foreign direct investments with the accumulation at the end of the year, you can see also comparing the years 2019 and 2022, trade, transport and tourism is on the first place, but on the second one, as I mentioned, very important, the added value industries, IT. Unemployment rate in Sofia is decreasing. The only year which is very bad was the COVID year, 2020. And average gross monthly salary in Sofia is also increasing a lot, and that's due to the fact that Sofia is developing it, more and more added values are bringing here, and because of the newcomers, because of the new investments, of the new companies, and so on and so far. So that's very, very important. As you can see, it's more than double. And average gross monthly salary in Sofia by economic activities, on the first place, of course, ICT and telecommunications for 21 and 22. Here, my favorite sector is the automotive sector. Three examples about very good companies and what we produce here in Sofia. The first one is Gestamp. We are producing here in Sofia one of the most important parts of the batteries of the biggest brands like Porsche. Second company is also one of my favorite ones, Visteon. What we produce here, Visteon is a company which is developing and producing these virtual clusters for the automobile industry, and they are very, very advanced. And the third one, you can imagine, here also in Sofia, we have an R&D center and development center of Costa, a German company which produces all kind of stuff for the cars and for the automotive sector, like these, you know, the things. And here I have 20 spare seconds to say just thank you, and that's it. I did my best. Okay, I was first, so I was expecting to see somebody how is going to, do, and then I had to, I don't know, to take some, insights from the person before me, but I was the first guy, so.
You have 5 more seconds. What was that about? What do we need to know about Sofia if you want to invest in it?
You need to know that we have people, and we have good talent, and we have a good base. So 5 seconds.
I think such a presentation would make a better impact.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, now next. One of good ideas, well, basically, I'm actually coming from project management community, and there, one university, technical university, approached us, and they said, well, our classrooms are, they are not in a good shape. Can you help us renovate it and create a space for project management? No, Boyan is next, no?
Strahil.
I'm so sorry. I thought Strahil was already. So sorry. Okay, I'll come back. You want to introduce Strahil?
So Strahil is from MP Studio. He's a really creative guy. And I met him 6 years ago, 5 years ago, something. Yeah. So back in the days, we were doing a small film challenge in Dobrev. And he was the director of one of the films. So I'll tell more about that afterwards. But what MP Studio does, it's one of the leading experts in the entire world in 3D mapping. So no further ado, he will tell his magic now.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. We have a few seconds before we start, right? It's going to be interesting. No, we are already starting. Okay. Thank you for being first. I'm happy that I don't have numbers, but anyways. Okay, so it's a pleasure to meet you guys. I'm from MP Studio. I'm the creative director of the studio. We are pioneers in 3D projection mapping and immersive experiences and show solutions. That is why behind me you can see the first 3D projection mapping in Bulgaria, which was on the facade of the National Theatre in Sofia. And yeah, we'll be dancing around the clock tonight, so forgive me if I sound like a pharmaceutical commercial. So, next one. This is the cathedral. Okay, next one. This is the first projection mapping in a cathedral in Belgium, in Liège. And we have also done the first projection mapping in a cave in the world, which was in the Khan Cave in Belgium again. We have had more than 450 projects around the globe, but maybe a milestone of our journey was the festival flights in Berlin, where we became champions. Then again, we became champions in 2018, and since then we have been production partners of the Festival of Lights. It's a festival that's based in Berlin, but actually travels around the world with cities like New York, Tel Aviv. Actually, Zagreb Festival is starting this night right now, so it's kind of interesting. We've had shows on many emblematic buildings around the world. This is the Bolshoi Theater. Afterwards, in a few seconds, we'll see the Rome Municipality, which is interesting because it's designed by Leonardo da Vinci himself. But this is the Cyrillic alphabet on it, so we're kind of proud for that. Emblematic buildings like the Buzluđa Monument, one of the most internationally known buildings from Bulgaria. Yeah, too fast, right? So we've done a lot of interior shows as well, product launches, high-tech premium events, and this is the rhythmic gymnastics send-off show, the Golden Girls of Bulgaria, which was kind of an interesting mix between live music, projection mapping, and of course, rhythmic gymnastics. 2020, COVID, so we had to survive. All our events were canceled, so we made a first virtual platform for virtual events. And this is the stage, actually, which is kind of really the on a cap of a bottle. We also do video production. I have quite an experience as a screenwriter and a director, as Nikki mentioned. And we have a production company called Space Dive Productions. Here you can see a shot from the Cohiba 55th anniversary, the premium Cuban cigars. We made the global launch, and this is part of the video production. One of our favorite projects, Vincent Meets Rembrandt. It's a great story based on the letters from Vincent and Theo van Gogh. It's in the Northern Church in Amsterdam. It's a project that is going to be there for 7 years, so you have time to see it if you're interested in it. And it's actually quite a big long form. It's like a 40-minute narrative thing. So it kind of feels like a movie. What is also interesting is that we've succeeded to sell it in China as well. So it will be in 8 cities in China. And it will have an adapted version in National Museum of China in Beijing. This is another project that we've been really proud of. It was really a project where we had too much marketing projects, and here we had no team. We could do whatever we want, so we kind of had a lot of fun. It was so successful in the end. It was based on Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis, but it was like kind of waking up as a machine the next day. So it was so successful that we adapted it for another competition in China and won the gold. As you can see in the left corner, there are like 3 Chinese studios, and above them the Bulgarian flag, so it was kind of a good feeling for that. And speaking of museums, a project of ours in the Musa Art Museum in Guadalajara in Mexico. It's going to be a constant installation, light installation there. And some breath, okay. Nice. Another one, it's at COP28 in Dubai. Just recently, COP28 is the biggest UN climate conference. So we had the pleasure of creating a really beautiful spectacle in a really interesting immersive venue. It has 252 integrated projectors, 27 channel sound, really amazing venue that was built for the Expo City in Dubai. And we also had the pleasure of hosting the spiritual leader Sadhguru with us on the event, and we had also a great partnership with Safe Soil. Also, the Bulgarian Ministry of Innovation and Growth was there with us, so it was really fun. We also had the chance to launch our company called Impact Nest, which is into igniting climate action via multimedia experiences, and of course, Lunar, our favorite. This is strange. Base, our favorite festival, which we found here in Sofia. Really a passion project, a partnership with the European Parliament in Bulgaria, the European Commission in Bulgaria, the Sofia Municipality, and also quite a lot of corporate partners. So it's coming up again in May, so you might want to join it. It has like 500,000 visitors per year. So we end with the Brandenburg Gate again because we have done already 11 shows there and we really, really like it. And yeah, it was quite fast, but guys, just to share, we are really hiring right now. So if you are a 3D artist or a motion graphic designer or content manager or even office manager right now, please reach out. Thank you. Felt really strange.
I was hoping to see more smoking people outside, but there's nobody, so I came back. Well, basically, Technical University, they requested that we do some renovation work there, and I started looking through my network, and 1 day later, Boyan is already up for the job. So we have to organize the meetings, find the sponsor, and get to work. So we have to do it like this, very quick. We don't have time to spend. So now I will discover for the first time what Boyan does.
Okay. Hi. Great to have to be here in such a meeting as DreamCatchers. Okay, and my students know that's my textbook, and on the front cover, that is how the reality works. Because usually we think that the eyes are giving everything, but eyes are simply sensors saying about how much light is reflected. But our mind discovers what's up, and so many people see a triangle, that's not three dots. Artists are very important because that is probably the better reality than the real, the reality out of the eyes. So I'm an artist, and I was very classically trained. During the years, I graduated in 1984, the National Art Academy, but the classical was not enough for me. So I started looking for other media to express my ideas. And that are my classical artworks, but the next was, I was really obsessed by holography, because holography gives you another meaning, a new meaning, and it is created years ago, 1986. That was the first holographic project in Bulgaria, and you could see that butterfly which is realized. Now it is in the Polytechnic Museum. The idea was, I really love the holography because it's real, but you could not catch it. It is something in between. It is as a host living and making, talking with you. And that was for me something, and that is next, that is, I call it meso or meat in English. It is created with Photoshop 2. It is in 1996. Imagine there are 3 walls in a famous gallery in Sofia, Atarai Gallery, and that faces 5 people during their life. It was young, when they're young, when they climb the staircase, social staircase, and next is the yellow, which they simply disappear. They're guys which collaborated to totalitarian structures. And my idea is that if somebody is born, it is born with soil and with flesh, but if you collaborate, you're only soul, only flesh. That was the meaning. So you see how people, I was really happy then in Spain, because I realized in Spain, morphing faces. You see from a baby and 24 stages of his aging. So that is my next, that is out of medical X-rays, lampshade. It is called History. It was part of the second annual Soros exhibition in Old Town of Plovdiv, 1996. And my idea was that we reach the sun through the generations before. That's why I used that medical X-rays. And I calculated everything. You see the windows, and everything was in harmony. So the material, the media is so important. And if you look for new media, it helps you to create powerful images and to create powerful reality. That is my, I was back to the public art in 2015, and that is The Wheels of Time. That is a great mural in the Central Railway Station, Sofia. It is 24 meters to 7 meters high, but it's all folio. It's a special French company folio, which is transparent and backlight. And that is 7,000 photos, which when you watch them from a distance, they unite in that steamer wheels. That is another thing. I was a Fulbrighter twice. And Angela Rudel, the executive director of Fulbright, asked me to donate something for their new home, new office on Vitushka. And my idea, then I used a very, it is a tattoo wall folio. It covers any kind of surfaces. It is, I'm going to talk who is interested, and I create, that is my project for the center of the Sofia on Vitushka Street was expected to have, where it intersects with Parchevich. Before there was a very ugly fountain, and next, that was my project of, I call it Green Heart of Sofia. It was, you see, and because it should be mosaic, and for first time I used a special way. You see how it was realized because of a laser cutting. It consists of 1,600 pieces, each 2 millimeters in between. That's from my bedroom in my studio. I love very much the lenticular print. It is when you change your viewpoint, it changes, the image changes. And imagine that is, I called my private island, it is in the center, but because one view is negative, the water is negative, one view is positive. And when you change, it looks like flying in the sky. And that's my last work. It is in the National Archives. It is about, it is called Dunavsku horror, Dubinian dance, because all time on the New Year we listen to that music. But the idea was that are the people that are Bulgaria from 19th century till today. All the people ask, you know, when you go enter into the paw of the archives, there are a lot of documents which as in a library. So you see the faces of the people as in a library, but the Danubian sound unites them. My problem was that from the very beginning, I would like to do the sound very precisely. And afterwards, because I'm artist and I'm lazy, I change a little bit the things. But afterwards, I realized that there is a special equipment which could translate that sound waves in a real sound. And I realized that that's impossible in my case, being too much artist.
Good evening. I'm really nervous, and I'm pretty sure that I'm blushing right now, but I'm so happy to be with you. My name is Stoeva, and I'm production, graphic, and costume designer. Tonight, I have the pleasure to present to you 2 movies. The first one is titled Memoir of Betrayal. Okay, the director is critically acclaimed Professor Georgi Diogerov, and I'm glad to present to you part of the main crew which is involved in the process. Mira Iskarova is the music, cinematographer Veselin Christov, the production designer Georgi Todorov-Josie, and me, the costume designer. So this is Zakhary Stoyanov. The events in the film takes place in end of the 19th century. We have 2 periods, 1886 and 1876. Which is Zakhary with his two costumes. So this is a real era and a real event, so I have to be very accurate with every detail of the costume. Here comes Grandpa Volume, who is, I'm pretty nervous, so sorry about it. Grandpa Volume. Another character in the movie who is also part of the 2 time changes in the script. Both characters are the only ones who stayed alive during the duration. The differences between them is that Grandpa Volu remains in the same emotional and physical state during the movie. You may see we chose the same head for his character. The next 3 characters we trace only through Zakhary Stoyanov's memories. This is Georgy Benkovsky, who was the leader of their crew. You may notice that he already has a European look, even in the year 1876. So all of this had to be shown in his costume. I make a big research. I draw many sketches. So sorry. Okay.
And the last two main characters are Stefan the Dalmatian and Father Kirill. Stefan the Dalmatian is a Croatian who is in Bulgaria on that time to help build the railway. So he had to have some traditional Croatian clothing, and we chose to be the vest. That's why we sewed one especially for the actor. The other one is Father Kirill, who is a holy man, so we have to be accurate with the church canon. So the second part of the presentations is about the short movie titled Tell Them I'm Your Brother, through which I want to express my feelings and understandings as a director. So this film is in progress, so we're gonna see just the mood board. And I can tell you a few sentences to introduce the story. Božidara, a middle-aged writer, is preparing for the funeral of one of her closest friends. Denying reality and mentally refusing to attend it, she sits down and lays bare her torment before his spirit. This frank conversation prompts her to cast her mind back to the memories of their relationships and experiences through different stages of her life. It forces her to contemplate existential issues and stimulates her to take up writing again. This is a mood board that we've made for the movie. You may observe the color palette, the shoot frame sizes, the shadows, the light solutions, and all of these techniques should leave the audience with a feeling of closeness, of understanding, and empathy, because the story and the topics covered in the film are not alien to anyone. Each scene is a single frame that follows Božidara's action. In this way, gradually disclosing the space. The transitions between episodes will leave the impression of a never-ending frame. The point of view of the camera will be entirely of the spirit of her friend. The idea behind the camera position is to build the character of him so the audience can feel his actual presence. The topics laid out through her monologue are about loneliness, misunderstandings in relationships between people, monotony in everyday life, which leads to a loss of identity. The action in film take place in year 1996, because we have a very important prop, which is the typewriter, through which we want to build the whole sound atmosphere in the film. The music will be composed for the movie, and the composer is Mira Iskarova, who writes music for theater, plays, and movies. The project is still in progress, like I said, and the cinematographer is Kalyan Buzhilov, who is with many awards for best cinematographer in recognized film festivals around the world. We have the actress. I think we can see her, yeah. The actress is Elena Dimitrova, who believes in the script, and we believe in her. But we're still looking for partners and sponsors so we can make one really meaningful movie. And sorry about my presentation.
Okay, just a reminder to all the speakers, please use your microphone close to your mouth, because this is something many people think that the microphone is here, the microphone is there, and we have a streaming. We are having a video recording. So next is Elena Misheva presenting her watercolor works, and also, what else is also?
Plants. Hello, my name is Elena Misheva, and I'm an artist. I work with both applied and fine arts, and we will see. These are my watercolors. Whenever I travel, I take my watercolors with me. Watercolor painting not only depict views, but also contain hidden stories. This first picture is view looking up at the balcony of Valencia. The second one is from Barcelona. One evening we slept on a yacht, and in the morning when we woke up, it was the most beautiful view. We listen the fishermen waking up and watch the hungry fish around the boat waiting for their breakfast. This site is from Albania. Every morning I would woke up early, grab my watercolor supplies and go to paint. And there were two donkeys that would take turn points for me. One would lie down and the other would stand up and take the same pose. I love watercolors with the sea. This always take me back to the place I've been, and all the sea paintings are painted with the seawater. This watercolor is my favorite. While I was painting it, a Greek grandpa came and started yelling, and from his shot, two ducks came out between the boats and answered him. This showed me how seabirds and people are connected. The grandma from the ferry, while enjoying the view and feeding the seagulls, took out a razor and started taking care of her morning beauty routine. Some flower in the village Mustovo. When I paint them, and grandma in the neighboring yard started digging potatoes from her garden. She was curious about my work and what I was doing and picked over the fence fixed from my mom. I cut them and washed them to eat, but they were so beautiful that I sat down to paint them. It was strong temptation, but I managed to resist it. While painting this door in Kyustendil, a grandma from the upper floor was arguing with the TV, and finally, angrily went to the window and saw me there and started to talk to herself. What she's writing? What that girl doing there? Silly Star, a heavenly place. We stayed for the sunset, and with my partner, we started painting. We were drawing with the mosquitoes were parting with us. Camping at the sunset. They had just lit the grill, there was music, and the dog had wrapped himself around my legs, deciding to protect me from the insects. Vitusha. Vitusha Festival at the beginning of the summer. The part was really nice. The path leads to the tents. This is the House of Plants. Together with my partner in life and in crazy idea, Yuri Anachkov, we decided to create this piece of art. In our page, we shared not only beautiful plants in unconventional pots, but also information on how to grow them, advice on flower, and how plants and cats coexist. Most of the flower and pots are grown and painted by us. Some of them are made according to our model from Bulgarian clay by a lovely lady in Troyan. Other pots are made from different objects, giving them a new life. Our idea is to make our home more beautiful, clean air, supporting small businesses, and working more ecologically because nature and plants are important for us. It was fast. Okay. Yes. This is the secret. The baby is from Bitaka, if you know this. And this baby, you can push them and have interesting sounds. that's it. Yes. Thank you so much.
Who's next? Is it one of my people or one of yours? No, it's not Blaszka. You have the old list. The printed one says it's Elisaveta.
Oh, sorry.
It's my turn. I'll introduce you to Elisaveta. I thought she will be talking about a movie she made about a Greek painter from Sozopol, which was a very nice story. Now I learned that she wants to talk about caricature. Why not?
Surprised that I was going to review.
Okay, it was so much fun, huh? Okay. Let's see the. I think it's about the history. History of.
I will tell when the clock starts.
Okay.
I told you, Levent.
They are working on it.
Now we
few
have
words
more
about
time.
yourself.
Okay, good. I have a corporate job as well, of course. Apart from being an art historian, and becoming an art historian was a dream of mine. This is outside of the presentation. And when I was young and wanted to start studying art history, my father said no, because you sit in one museum, like, and checking the tickets of the people. And he was right, I think. So I was educated in business, and now, like 20 years afterwards, I studied art history for my own pleasure, and since 7 years I'm writing books, making documentaries, some of them awarded documentaries, internationally awarded documentaries, and I write books on art history. And this financial freedom that I have allows me to do whatever I want. Pick up a topic, research for 2-3 years, book. Pick up a topic, but this in parallel. Research for 2-3 years in parallel, a movie. Come on. So it's not coming. Okay, I thought the idea was the opposite. And the second thing is I'm a German speaking. English is my second foreign language, which is not that good. So I'm like trying to speak like. Okay, my latest movie. It was about, and it is still about Yorgos Gunnaropoulos from Sozopol, who was born in Sozopol and left Sozopol 15 years old. In his memory, till the end of his life, he kept Sozopol, and he's actually quite famous. There is a museum in Athena dedicated to Gunnaropoulos, and I just picked up this topic because I was invited pro bono to organize an exhibition of him in Sozopol, which is permanent now. Everyone who goes to Sozopol, please go to the Municipality Art Gallery and visit this exhibition. It's interesting one because there was a donation from his relatives to the Municipality of Sozopol, and it's a way of crying, like out of happiness. And come on, I was also crying. I can't sing, I can dance, but I could think of some performative form that I can. Because, guys, I'm not this person who is very physical. For example, I'm doing face yoga. This is my sport, so don't expect me to perform with my body here. When I was a student and at the University of National Economy in the first year, we had to do some sports. It was part of the program, but there was also Schach. So I signed for Schach. Don't ask me to, like, perform with my body. You say something.
Thank you. Okay, back to the DreamCatchers. I think you heard the expression. Well, basically, on my phone it says, I'm a change maker. This is from my other community, project management, Sylvia, she knows about it. So year 2016, they called me to speak at their conference. 2016, this is 7 years ago. I always look at 7 years ago. I think Genoveva was also presenting Eurovision there the next year. So in 2016, they say, okay, 1 week to the conference, we need a speaker, can you speak? And I say, okay, I'll talk about change management. And they say, but we are project managers. We don't like to talk about change, and this is a topic that is quite a risk for us. We don't want to see changes. When there's a project, like if you have a construction project, you don't want to see the changes because that means the whole thing stops. I think that's what they probably meant, but I said, but you're supposed to manage change, right? 5 years later, now the Global Institute of Project Management, they say we are all change makers. We are all change makers. This is marketing, right? And now we organized many activities around this. And last year I was trying to find actually a bit more advanced people, not just delivering projects and executing, but actually creating something new, innovation. Let's say innovation projects. Then I'm thinking, well, maybe game changers. Then last 3 weeks I meet Nikolay and I see you guys, what you're doing, and I say, but these are all people who are chasing dreams in a way, And I said, okay, how about DreamCatcher? I go and check the domains and it's possible we can do something with this. Then I go to the summit and I see, okay, money is there, people are here, we have a beautiful city, a lot of canvas. I think it's like a canvas, right? I think this is a beautiful city where we can do a lot of projects. So I started experimenting on social media, pitching to everyone I know, and it turns out that actually it's very catchy and people really understand this, that where do you get innovation, right? You need to get some ideas. I think, Irina, you also know in open innovation, first we try to ideate, but before that you need to do a bit of dream, right? We also have this in strategy, you need to visualize. Right? So visualization, basically to sell, you need to visualize. So you have to sell the dream. Okay, let me finish. So, but I think probably you should talk to anyone who works in science, who works in anything that is like, they think they know everything, and try to teach them a little bit of creativity. I think creativity is something that you can easily, it's not so easy to make someone creative, right? That's why maybe for innovative projects, we should look for the dreamers, even if they are not necessarily, they can be clowns, right? There are a lot of innovation speakers that actually, they just make you laugh and what I call a shamarche on the brain, they kind of wake you up so that you can actually see things differently. So now I think every one of you, every presentation, every PechaKucha is a butterfly, is a dream. So let's see yours.
Okay, I would change my first pitching slide, and just I want to follow you up on the experience economy, because experience economy has 4 elements. It's like the escapism, the aestheticism, the entertainment, and educational part. And I decided to provide you with some education, since you know that I'm an art historian now and I have some awards for some movies I've made. That's why I decided to talk about caricature. Why not? And I'm not doing caricatures. I think it's a very important topic because it has the skill, it has the creativity, but also it needs a sharp mind. And this is a combination that's very important in many aspects, I would say. And of course, we can track it back to ancient Egypt, or maybe to the caves even, I would say. And we have also, for example, Leonardo da Vinci, who was mentioned today, exploring untypical facial appearances. And even though with the coins that were used and worn out, some caricatures were born. I'm going to talk about the Bulgarian caricature, not the caricature in Bulgaria, because the Bulgarian caricature was not born in Bulgaria, but in Romania, when a Polish immigrant was drawing his first cartoons. But I told you it's the hand, it's the mind. The mind behind them was Boyan, our national hero. This is a very interesting combination. But those two are not the fathers, the official ones of the Bulgarian caricature. The official father is called Alexander Buzhinov. He had a very long life, and he created Pijo and Pendo, two men from the Sofia region, who turned into Pijo and Penda during the time, I don't know how, of our Martenica. This is a very interesting fact, please remember it. The caricature was so popular in the beginning of the 20th century that even the King of Bulgaria, Prince Ferdinand, had a lexicon collecting the cartoons that were depicting him with his typical very big nose. So it was like an honor to be caricatured at some point. And we had many, really many issues. These are just some of them. With different political direction, with different style. It was like, you know, a wave of caricature in this time. And in order to produce this amount of caricatures, you need many caricaturists. And we had many. And in the 30s, they organized some big exhibitions, and they were also trying, I'm losing my voice, were traveling abroad. So, very interesting period for us in the caricature, and Alexander Dobrinov was one of them. He created this group charts of 106 people, portraits that he has done during the time, incorporated in these big pictures, and put himself over there, like drawing them in Cafene, Bulgaria. Another one, the wise man of the Bulgarian caricature. This is Ilya Beshkov, and his humor is like a bit sad because he realizes what he sees, and it is not funny. Sometimes it is actually really sad. In 1944, things changed. There was a reorganization on the international scene, and we were on the other part of the Iron Curtain. And in the caricature, also the parties changed. Also, what happened was that many caricaturists went into prison, like painters, like other journalists, but they didn't stop draw in the prison cells. So we have many of their portraits and drawings from this time. Not that many issues after 1944. Just Strahil, which is Hornet, it exists even today. And there was one more arty issue that had only like 4 years of existence, and it was like the art caricature, not like that a political one, because this bezidean humor, mindless humor, was criticized itself. It had no purpose. Why just to laugh? You have to like follow some bigger idea. But the problems they showed, we know them also today, which is just very interesting and also a bit sad. And a scandal. This was the case Lutichushki. This is the signature of Todor, the ruler of that time. And it was said that it was incorporated in this pic on the first page of this book. If it was like that or not, or the original idea, we don't know. But Todor Zhivkov later was kicked out of the Bulgarian national dance by people you see with briefcases, which faces we don't see. This is also very interesting image that is showing how the wind of change is blowing. And this is the Bulgarian caricature after the change. I remember Ivancho and Marika from the 24 Hours newspaper. I didn't understand as a young person what it was about, but I just find it interesting, like, you know, the picture. And this is Press, for those of you who don't know. It is like a relatively new issue, and this is the latest issue actually of it. I selected it because they have a memorandum, the group behind it, They're calling themselves невъзпитаните карикатуристи, ill-mannered caricaturist, and they say that they're the one who pinch us when we sleep sweetest, which is very important, not to sleep. And they say that we have to fight for our free speech, which is also very important.
Thank you. Okay, now some advertisement. I'm the commercial guy. So if you would like to support our event, you can donate 100 levas and get a copy of this book signed by the authors who are the next presenter. Thank you.
It's okay. Say hello. I'm saying hello. Yes, and we are divided in two. I'm Tsvetan, Nikolay. Sorry, he's the brains, I'm the muscles. Thanks. Okay, you already know that we are twins. What I'm about to do in the next 6 minutes is to tell you the story of Sofia and worldwide graffiti. I'm going to try to do that. Graffiti has a very humble beginning. It started from this, Taki 183. It's a teenage art. It's an art created by kids, and it's very creative. Taki 183 suddenly became famous around the world. The year is 1971, when New York Times decided to write an article about him because his tag was all over New York. The golden era of graffiti is actually the 80s, when graffiti moved into subway art, and subway art is a book, a groundbreaking book that skyrocketed graffiti into pop art, together with a movie called Wild Style. So those two are actually the events that made graffiti popular worldwide. Goychev, a very famous Bulgarian artist, a painter, said that graffiti in the context of Sofia are part of the democratization of the city. And graffiti in Bulgaria and in Sofia started to appear only around 1990. Soon we should not be seeing that kind of an image, but this is 1990, and this is the monument of the Soviet army. You could see that some spray can writings already started to appear in Sofia, heavily influenced by subculture, by music, by skateboarding, by all the influence that were coming from the West. So you could see a lot of that. This is still not called graffiti as we know them today, because the graffiti that we know today are mostly letter designs together with characters. The graffiti in the actual meaning that we have put into the book and into the history of art, this I think has stopped. Yep. It's more looking like that. This is the first graffiti painted in the tunnel of NDK. You know that it's full nowadays. This is painted by Nassimo, Nassimo being one of the most famous, and you can see the year is 1998. It was unfinished. It was the time of Mutri. They got beaten up by some local heroes, so they didn't manage to finish. And this one is something that we created together with Tsetsi and Tarsek and Tireis. They are the painters behind, to show the evolution of graffiti and street art in Sofia. It took 30 years to develop, but it's on a worldwide level. And as Levent said, there is the tipping point that actually motivated us to create the book. The guy who looks like me is Tsetsi, my brother. The girl in the middle is Stella, his wife, and me. We are the three co-authors of that book. We issued it in 2023, in December, so it's brand new. It's 3 months since we issued the book. But together, we represent a cultural organization called Sofia Graffiti Tour. This is what we are most famous for, the city walks we do around the center of Sofia, showing the best street art and graffiti examples. We started in 2018, but we recently understood that city tours are not only enough, so we create a lot of different events showcasing the art form of graffiti, like graffiti festivals, demonstrations of street art, and also exhibitions to showcase the best examples of Bulgarian and Sofia art for the wider public. Some of our events are visited. This one specifically was visited by 3,000 people over a period of 5 days. So the interest in graffiti is actually huge. It's considered to be the contemporary art, and it's a very natural kind of art for Sofia. I think people have a very liberal opinion on street art in Sofia. Now I'm gonna dive into the book. This is the first and only book covering the 30 years of development and history of graffiti and street art. It was issued last week. It has 256 pages. You can take a look outside of the corridor. There are copies of the book, and as Levent said, it's open for market. How everything started for me and Tsetsi, it started in 2003 with this piece called Born to Write by Eric. We were in that venue over there. It's not existing anymore. It was the old sports hall, unfinished, of 21st School in Wozenets. We were there with a friend to smoke cigarettes, and we saw that. Born to Write, and this is how we got enlightened. We were 13. Graffiti, we don't smoke anymore. Graffiti in the 90s. Graffiti in the 90s were very scattered around different areas. People actually didn't know each other. They were painting in neighborhoods like Mladenov, like Druzhba, like the city center. From year 2000 is when the evolution of graffiti art in Sofia actually happened because of internet, because of the major events that happened at the time, the first graffiti festivals, and because of the shops that opened and start selling professional tools for graffiti writing. After 2010 is when the large-scale murals emerged. Sofia is very proud of having one of the best murals in Bulgaria, let's put it that way, and it's part of the vision of the town, of those murals. So this decade between 2010 and 2020 was marked by murals. The last part of the book is dedicated to the most recent developments in the Bulgarian and in Sofia street art. And the most recent are about exhibitions, about, of course, large-scale murals. It's the first time that we're having a legal wall since April 2023. And in May, we'll be organizing a graffiti festival there to promote the legal activities. The book has stories, has interviews, a lot of artifacts and documents showcasing the development of and the history of graffiti art. And 20 seconds are okay. You can, yeah. The book lives not only a physical life. We have an Instagram account you can follow. It's called Sofia Urban Art. We have a website, sofiagraffititour.com, and a Facebook page, again, Sofia Graffiti Tour, where you can follow all of our activities and check the most recent updates from us. Thanks a lot. This was my 6 minutes.
Please ask them. Okay, our next guest is Blaszka. So design is not just on the walls or in apps or internet, but you can also design food and even your life. Actually, Sylvia, you remember we talked about becoming a designer in everything, in projects, in even organization. Basically, we have to all become. I can tell you the answer to AI is that we have to all become designers so that we can guide the AI, right? So food and our environment, all the sustainable goals that we have for the planet, I think it all starts. I would really recommend you to watch in Netflix. There are 2 movies. One is called You Are What You Eat. This January, I started trying vegan, everything. So I'm not eating animals anymore. No more animal. So stop eating animals, please. Thank you. And basically, it starts with what you do. When you love what you do, you go ahead of everyone else. So Blaszka is somebody I admire very much because, yeah, she's cooking, and cooking is very important. You know, the Chinese believe the soul is in the stomach. Did you know that? I think they are right. Blaszka?
Okay, guys, I'm very happy to be here and to be able to see how you enjoyed the food outside. I will be out of the 20-second slides because I'm going to talk 20 minutes, you know. Kidding, don't worry, don't leave the room. I just want to start with this video and I will make it very quick after that. But it's very important for me, for you guys to see the video. I know you will enjoy it and it will make sense for later.
You are a... Well, this is what you're not going to do. I quit! You're not going to quit your job, leave your family, get on the next flight to Nicaragua, take a bus to the edge of the jungle, then hoof it across rivers, lakes, and streams on a quest to the very heart of the rainforest.
Take me to the heart of the rainforest.
You're getting closer. You're almost there.
You have arrived. You're not going to ingratiate yourself with a local tribesman, go to great lengths to earn their respect and trust.
No.
It is around now you realize you're living out the cliche gringo fantasy of becoming an honorary native and leading the resistant forces. But screw it. If they could do it, so can you.
I'm gonna save you! This guy comes over here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna pull a zap thing, that's right through him, right over here.
You're not going to coordinate and occupy the rainforest movement, realize it's hopeless, summon the power of the gods, lead a revolution against the deforesters and their multinational employers in an apocalyptic, once-and-for-all battle to save humanity, only to awaken 2 days later in an El Salvadorian hospital with 2 toes missing on your left foot.
Syria, I wanna go home.
Hobble out of Central America, up through Mexico, across the Sierra Madre, where you break down, have your first cigarette in 4 years, accidentally start a wildfire, killing off the endangered species that once served as your occupational distraction, finally make it back home, only to find you've been replaced at work by a guy named TJ, and that things at home are not what they used to be. You're not going to do any of these things, but what you can do is follow the frog.
I know you've enjoyed the video. Guys, about 15 years ago, I decided that I'm going to save the world. Not like that guy. I decided I'm going into our military academy, and I started studying national security and defense. I was a parachutist, like I had a lot of jumps, wherever it is. I was imagining myself saving, literally, lives, or taking lives. I don't know, I don't remember back then. I was very eager to achieve this. So I had this really good physical preparation. I got my master's there, and then it was about time to go into the army, and I had to go through different tests again, some of them physical again, that I covered, and some of them mental, that I did not. So I got this feedback, which is not a good feedback. I got this feedback from one of my professors. He told me, look, you're not good for this job. You better become a teacher. I was devastated. Like I had planned my life. And suddenly somebody tells me, you're not good for this. Actually, it turns out to be a good feedback because I became a teacher. This was 15 years ago, literally. I went into a classroom. I was 20 years back then. And I went into a classroom with students from 10, 11, and 12th grade, which were pretty much my age. So entering the classroom, they were like, oh, we don't give a, you know what, about you. We will do whatever we want. So they wouldn't listen to me. I was supposed to teach them entrepreneurship 15 years ago. I am 20. I have never started anything in my life, but I was so into entrepreneurship, into the books. And what I've noticed with my students, because they were not listening, so I was having a lot of opportunities to look at them, see what they are doing, was that they were eating the whole time. They wouldn't stop eating, literally. I don't know how they were that slim, maybe all the energy in them. And I've always loved cooking. So I was like, okay, these guys, they don't want to listen to me, but they love food so much. I started cooking after school and bringing the next morning food into the classroom. I would put it on my desk, and they would be like, hey, teacher, what is this? Can we try? And I'm like, yeah, of course, come. So we started talking. They were so happy that somebody is bringing food. They were so excited. This passion for food, I experienced it. I saw some of you enjoying the food outside. I know that you've experienced it very often. So I was cooking almost every day and bringing food. Basically, my teacher salary was going for food for those kids that were having very difficult lives, to be honest. I was in a very specific classrooms, so it was a very specific group of students that I had to teach. The more closer we got, the more they were talking to me, and at one moment they were like, hey teacher, why don't you show everything that you are cooking and post it on Facebook? 15 years ago, Facebook, you post something, everybody knows about it. So it was like I posted a very bad picture of a very delicious food, but very bad picture. Just imagine what phone I had. Like pictures like this one, literally. So I would post a photo like this, and they will be, like people will start liking it. People will start ordering. Once again, I'm still teacher. I don't have any company. Like, I started selling some food. I hope nobody from the National Revenue Agency is here tonight or listening to this. But I just started cooking at the evenings, teaching during the day, cooking at the evenings. And my students, they were like walking commercials of what I'm cooking because they were so excited. And the best part was that I was actually showing them that you can start something in Bulgaria, because they would always tell me, Bulgaria sucks. We can't do anything here. Once we graduate, we're leaving. That was their vision for the world, for their life. And I, together with them, we opened the first, it was not the first, but it was a kitchen with a cause. This is how we called it. This never changed. Together with my students, we decided that this place will cook local, delicious food, and only underprivileged youths will work there. And during all those years, we never changed our mission. What we added, though, was the zero waste philosophy that I got really excited about. And today, this place is not only a place with a cause about the youths, but also a place with a cause about the environment, because we are the first zero waste restaurant. So everything that you're enjoying tonight is handmade by me and the people in our team. We have a lot of youths that are deaf. So basically, maybe 90% of the people that are working are actually deaf. They turn out to be doing an amazing job in the kitchen, in the restaurant. And it's been a couple of months since we officially have a garden as well. So the rosemary on the table is from our garden. You can take some of those. And follow us, Blagichka Zero Waste. Just write the first zero waste restaurant if you don't remember the name, or just grab one of the stickers that are really old, need to be recycled. So grab one of those and follow us and just support us. Every time when you have some catering event and you need a good food with actual cause, because now everything is with a cause, I know. Just remember about us and order. And now I'm leaving you to eat whatever is left, because it's not a lot. And just thank you for listening with interest, and see you.
Okay, everybody. So we have a show with big soap bubbles outside. We have food, so take a break, have a conversation, and we'll resume in when we tell you we'll resume.
We need to catch. Basically, it will be a short cigarette break, so let's make it 15 rather than 45.
Okay, 15 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay, because we have a party afterwards.